the Juggalo Rewind, going, what do we do? Track by track.
Track by track, deep diving, track by track, era by era, comic book by comic book. Take your pick.
But this is our special holiday edition where we pick something from the old sack. We grab Santa's sack, dig deep into the past.
It's like a prostate exam, right?
Yes. I hope anyways. But yes, in the past, what have we done? We did the first year we did Christmas '94.
Yeah. Four-part release, a mini season, if you will, dropped out the blue.
That's when we cared about this shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then last year we did
A Very Twisted Christmas, which technically is like 3 songs.
Nowadays
4 songs.
It is, yeah, but we crammed it into one.
Yeah.
And this year, we're just jumping right into it. We are doing a Ryda Holiday.
Ho, ho, ho.
So we have not heard from these Rydas. Who are they? Oh, no, we did. Yeah, during the Pendulum. Yeah, you're right.
3 of them on one episode.
Oh, my God.
Back when we cared about this shit, as you said. 3 songs in one episode.
Why did we do that?
That was a happening. We had all the rags everywhere. I meant to bust out just the red and the green rags.
I meant to do that too, but while I was driving to the studio, I forgot. So we will have to do with what we have here on the table. We're bringing the festive decor for those watching on YouTube. And if you're not, then you should be. Or you should at least subscribe.
That's right.
But that's not what we're here for. Oh my God, I don't have our usual notes on this page. What am I? I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, this is going to be a fucking fly.
You cleaned up the page though. I tossed the page together, just dropping notes on. It was a fucking shit show of things I was throwing.
It's clean for that, but it's not clean for what I need. So let's try to do this by memory. Like we said, we're the Juggalo Rewind, and we go deep diving into both tracks of yesteryear, but we also remind you of what it was like in said era. We bring you back the nostalgia, the memories. And it doesn't matter if you're an old school Juggalo. Maybe this is reminding you of years past.
That's right.
Maybe
that's what the holidays are all about. Sitting down,
nostalgia.
Reminiscing, nostalgia. Just like anyone who enjoyed the clowns this past weekend. If they're at the shows, a treat to be had by all as they bust out some old Christmas classics. Go on.
Yes, that was nostalgia because it's the same fucking show that you hear all the time.
It's a very special Christmas set, they said. It's very special.
You're very special. So what was I saying? Yes.
Yeah.
Old school Juggalos, we remind you of the past. Yeah. New school Juggalos, maybe we teach you about things that you don't realize from yesteryear. Or maybe you are not a Juggalo at all. You're a parent or a friend or a very good spouse or girlfriend, and you want to learn about what your raggedy ass boyfriend is into.
Why do you assume they're raggedy ass? Because they're a Juggalo?
Does that need be answered?
Maybe you're just a fan of one of the 2 songs that are a sample of this. You're just a holiday connoisseur. You enjoy previous holiday tracks. You go, who else has a holiday tune? Let me see what these Rydas are all about.
You think
Rydas?
You think it's like our moms are at home and they're like, I'm listening to these things called podcasts and I like the holidays, so let's just put in Christmas holiday music.
Yeah.
There's something about Bing Crosby. There's something about Frank Sinatra. A Ryda's holiday.
Man, we need to cook the algorithm so people who are not looking for this get forced to listen to it.
So you're saying that in the description I need to put every kind of variation of the word Christmas and holiday in there?
It worked on YouTube for House of Crazies, I feel like, because there's not a lot of House of Crazies, and it kept popping up way earlier in people's search engines and feeds that go around.
Well,
so when we cover Purple Gang, we'll probably be the first thing logged on YouTube because no one's even looking for the Purple Gang.
Everyone's looking for the Purple Gang.
Maybe the actual Purple Gang from back in the day watching documentaries on it.
That's going to be the problem. we're gonna bother someone who needs not be bothered.
You think any of those guys are still alive? If we did
from the 30s Purple Gang with the Prohibition.
Find some 100-year-old Purple Gang guy and just interview him. If you could do that, then I'll do a Purple Gang season.
I bet it'd be easier to get him than Jumpsteady.
He's a very busy man. He's playing in a con. Did you hear?
Don't get me started. No,
a con and a music festival? That man's got a lot on his plate.
Are we seriously having this conversation?
No, go
here?
on. This is a holiday special.
We can.
No, we can't.
That convention ain't happening. You know that, right?
It was announced.
Did you notice that the venue changed? They magically do not say that it's at the DCU anymore. Because,
I found something better. Huh?
Yeah. That's it. Don't get me fucking hot.
That's what we're here for. Get you worked up.
You want me to surprise you? I think I have tickets to that.
Oh, yeah? So the event is not happening?
Well, no, they're having the concerts.
Oh, yeah.
But the convention...
That's Juggalo weekend concert? Yeah. What are they doing? They're doing something special, aren't they? Oh, no, someone made a fake flyer for being the Tempest, and I was like, oh, fuck, I want to go see that.
I didn't see that.
It was a fake one. At first I thought it was real, and I was like, about to send it to you. I was like, fucking, we're going. Tempest show?
Like that, What did Jesse do at that?
The ISI?
Yeah, that was hilarious. He gives it to us like it's real. Fucking just tell us.
He hands it to us and says, hey, don't show this to anyone yet. And then just walks away. No context. Like just...
A shithead.
That dickhead.
I'm going to go, again, totally off the beaten path here. I know we've talked about The Sopranos. I'm almost through my watch. And I listened to their podcast with each episode. Yeah. And at the beginning, they're pretty... strict on what they're talking about. They waver here and there. Fucking the era that I'm in, they just stop in the middle of what they're talking about and they're like, where do you get your favorite sandwich in New York City? And they go in fucking 5 minutes talking about sandwiches or Chinese food or anything. And it's like...
We never do that. We never talk about food in the city.
But it's funny that people, I say people, like one or two people have been like, get the fuck, get to it. But there's giant podcasts that do that.
Oh, yeah. That just means we've got more listeners. The more listeners are, the more you hear negative feedback. So I bring it on. Bring the negative feedback on.
Ugh, don't say that. I'm a thin-skinned boy.
I'll be the media liaison to the public. Let you work on the back end.
Have your brother do it.
He worked well on social media for us in the past.
What did his boys take a picture of? Just something at Coney Island.
It was him, and it was maybe a sexual slur about him.
Really?
I thought that's what it was.
I don't remember that. I thought it was just a picture of...
No, I thought there was a slur regarding him.
Oh, God.
At 2 a.m.
I can't believe you weren't more mad at that.
I can't fully remember. It wasn't as bad as I'm making it sound here, I don't think.
It was a different time, and it was in your vocabulary, so it's okay.
I don't think it was full-blown, one of the bad ones. Real bad ones.
Jesus Christ.
What are we talking about? The Ryda Holiday.
I have no idea how we got on that.
It's been a while. The thing, you got to get the juices flowing.
We do. Speaking of, I have a story that we haven't even talked about off this. Someone who I hung out with, who we will now have ideas and connections for future seasons.
Oh, yeah?
So it was a funny night.
Oh, I'm interested.
So I don't know if that's for here. But,
okay. I'll try to remember afterwards. The things we try to remember after we record and
get to. I'll try to remember. Okay, so this is going to be a little dual episode here. I mean, we are talking the Ryda Holiday, but since we haven't seen each other, and this is kind of like a wrap-up, if this is the end of the year 2024.
That's right.
This year, we're not going to do a full, 2024 recap, but I think there's a couple things that came across our table that we should probably jump into.
Yeah.
And by that, I mean the voicemails.
Okay.
So, a couple good voicemails that some are... One or two of them are very old, but we've never had a chance to do them.
Make them fit.
And I think now is the time.
Okay.
So if you guys will bear with us out there, I think you will enjoy what we have to talk about. We have, I don't even know why, but we're talking about food, so let's just do this one. Last season, we talked about things to eat in the city when you're here.
Yeah.
Cousin Aaron called.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if you heard this.
I think so.
So this is Cousin Aaron talking about pizza spots in Detroit. So let's get to him right now.
I have two things.
Two things.
You left out two pizza places that should have gotten a recommendation. Grandma Bob's in Corktown. Great place. Detroit-style pizza. Also, in any respectable juggalo in town for Hallowicked and Fright Fest
or anytime
should venture to one Southwest Detroit restaurant at least. And the Southwest Detroit pizzeria that you forgot to add was Sicily Pizzeria on Burner.
Sicily Pizza in Southwest.
And everything is good at Sicily, but what you need to order is the benchmark. Go get a large benchmark. It's not on the menu. I don't know if it's necessarily a secret menu item, but do yourself a favor and go order the benchmark. Owner there, super awesome, nice fella. That's all. Whoop whoop.
Get some whoop in there. That's good.
So, mental note for Pittsburgh Steve. We will hit that up for pizza.
We have clashing conflicts, though, in the Fatter Whack Pack regarding Grandma Bob's, because Brother Jacob went there and texted the two of us and said, this pizza's trash.
Oh, my
started attacking Aaron's recommendation of it.
Oh, no. That's a problem.
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to still take Cousin Aaron's food recommendations over him.
Yeah.
So,
what do you take? Aaron's 40 years of knowing Southwest Detroit cuisine or the fucking Dick Cheese Stick man?
He does have the Dick Cheese Stick rankings on TikTok.
That's a problem.
Stick Talk, as he calls it.
All right. So what do we have next? Let's go in order here. Let's dig way back.
Way back.
If you are new to us, maybe you don't know what we're doing. You're just listening to a Ryda Holiday.
It's true.
As we've said, we've done multiple seasons. We've done Dark Lotus. We've done Violent J.
We've done Violent J. I'm ketamine.
We've also done a season on the Pendulum.
Yeah. That was a fun one.
Do you remember the Pendulum?
I remember it fondly.
Do you remember when we talked about casting a movie?
Yes.
Do you remember the voicemail?
Yes, I do.
Have you listened to it since then?
Not since then, but man, this was good. This is one that we've been sitting on forever.
Nowhere to put it, but I figured let's just do it now.
Without the AIs prevalent and easy accessible, we should make an AI commercial with it.
Do we save it?
No,
just do it.
Yeah, maybe after this, if it works that easily, we'll just make the commercial with it. But yeah, we got to show it now.
So going
we
back,
tell them.
We did a whole season on the Pendulum, CD, and comic books. And this listener, who we don't know who you are, did a movie trailer for a live action Pendulum movie.
Phenomenal.
So it's worth a listen, and here we go.
Coming this summer to a theater near you. The fate of the world lands in the hands of two unlikely superheroes. The Insane Clown Posse presents The Pendulum, the movie. Starring Liam Neeson as Violent J. I don't know who you are, brother, but I'll find you, and I'll shove a bottle of Fego up your arse. Marky Mark as Shaggy 2 Dope. Hey, Violent J, we're going to need more Faygo. We're going to do all these half Faygos, huh? Christopher Walken as the Ringmaster. Look, clowns, you only won, but we're good. Not that good, but we're good.
One person doing this.
And introducing for the first time ever, in their debut cinematic experience, Donald Trump and Joe Biden as Jack and Jake Jekyll. Look, Jack, sick of this. We're going to have to go around. It's going to be huge. We're going to sign them, and we're going to do stuff for these clowns. Best clowns I've ever seen. Trust me, I know. Well, how about we just go around a little bit and we just sniff around and we just kind of look around, for little girls. Shut up, Jack. And
there's more.
Playing the role of Jesus, Danny Trail. What's my name, Randale? Violent Jack. Well, I was hoping you weren't going to say that, I hope you don't live up to that name, Randale. This summer in theaters only.
So racist.
We're going to need a lot more Faygo. The Pendulum.
So good.
No clue who that was.
No. It came in randomly like one day, and I was like, did you see what just came in the email?
So thank you to whoever did that.
You could tell they listened, too, because they picked all the characters that we were like Jake and Jack and Ringmaster, the ones we'd always pop at for like the stupid shit. And the line of of Jesus asking him about LJ's name. I was afraid you're going to say that. Yeah. Man, that was a fun season.
That was interesting. And if that trailer piques your interest, go back and listen to season 4.
Yeah.
We get fucking nutty. That is a weird season that we didn't think would work, and it did.
We thought the comic would be like rough to go through, but like sometimes just funny shit would pop up that we would just be dying laughing at for the entire episode.
For whatever reason. All right, we're going to do one more long one and then 2 quick ones. Are you ready to keep going? Yeah. Something that we haven't talked about, but I think this person put in the time, so we have to talk about it. And she's contractually obligated to be on every episode. So Christmas from Chicago, loyal listener, went out of her way to binge listen to the Juggalo show. You familiar with the Juggalo show?
We've bantered about that here and there.
So I don't think we'll ever be able to do a season about it.
Yeah.
Because it's like...
Yeah, how do you cover that?
Yeah, we could, but it would be tough.
There's some funny shit on there, though. Like, that's where all like some of Jamie's characters are popping up, like in that era. So funny.
So she condensed our, what would be 8 weeks into 2 minutes. So let's see what she has to say about the Juggalo show.
Hi, it's Christmas from Chicago. Thanks to Pittsburgh Steve, I listened to all of the Juggalo show for the first time recently.
Oh, first time.
And wanted to share some of the lessons and wisdom that I took away from it.
I'll
try to be quick since I get dragged for being long-winded every fucking time I call. But whatever. Here we go. It is possible to freestyle over Freebird. I wouldn't recommend it, but the show proves that it can be done.
It's a good one.
Redneck cures are more practical and affordable than our current healthcare system.
That's true.
For example, the cure for ringworm is grits in your butt crack, and the cure for chapped lips is maple honey on your butt.
Always
so because of the Juggalo show, I've learned that the tender cheeks of your ass are truly the gateway to a healthy life.
It's fair.
That sounds like someone on Joe Rogan would be saying that.
You should never ride a skateboard if you only have one leg, and that's just good advice, in my opinion. Alex gives Mikey Clark money to stretch his nuts. Who am I to judge other people's spending? Treat yourself, I guess. If you want your nuts stretched, seems like a good way to spend your money.
There's someone who judges how Alex spends his
Learned
money.
that George Clinton smacks his bitch up regularly. Okay, yikes. Didn't need to learn that.
That's probably true.
We did.
Don't disparage the goddamn George Clinton.
The number one thing that I learned by listening to the Juggalo show is that Jonathan Davis from Korn, his mom made him wear panties to school. That's probably why he's so fucking angry all the time.
That's why he's so angry.
He wanted to wear other underpants and he was forced to wear panties. But, you know, that's just my own speculation. And there you have it. Do you guys have any memories or favorite moments from the Juggalo show? I'd love to hear about them. Thanks, guys.
Some random ones there.
Yeah.
Nothing I would have, like, top of my head, remembering the Juggalo show. I remember the Freebird, them singing over. I literally remember them saying George Clinton smacked his bitch up while they were playing Smack My Bitch Up on there.
What about, was that where Jay was singing? He always sang over something.
Yeah.
There's one I thought a Sponge song, because Sponge is on there a couple times. What about they do a Michael Jackson song, and they're like knocking on the booth. They're like, "Can you hear us?" And,
stop.
Yeah.
Do you remember when the Stone Cold character kept showing up and stuttering everyone?
Yes,
that was great. It'd be like mid-show, they'd be like, you wouldn't catch it, and like the glass would break. There he is again.
There's some funny shit on there. It's we've said this before. It's they were funny. Like, that's their bread and butter.
Yeah, for sure.
And those Juggalo shows were like podcasts 20 years ago.
Yeah.
They were way ahead of the curve.
Yeah, for sure.
And they did 4 of them. 3 of them on the radio, one on
the one was
on the CD, and then I think they did 1 on XM, maybe 2.
Yeah, there's like the windows afterwards where like shows would come back, or internet shows, or like even like Twisted Atomic. I'm like, a lot of that stuff's just like lost to me.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, they did like their fuck off radio, which I never.
Yeah.
You texted me about that the other day. Like,
Yeah, like how many of those are there? Like,
I think there were a ton of them.
Yeah.
But like archived to find, probably
Yeah,
not a lot.
there's probably gold lost forever on those things.
Yeah. Same as like their hotlines. There's
Yeah.
funny shit on there, but that's definitely lost. Like
sure.
not many people tape those.
There's probably someone out there sitting on tapes of them who's not like.
Yeah, I know someone who has. But yeah, they've consistently done that, and I will say everyone, them and Twisted, way ahead of the curve on the comedy aspect of it. But maybe it's just not profitable for them. Oh, Gathering 2024. Didn't Jay say we're gonna do a podcast and it comes out next week? And
Jay has a podcast now, right?
no,
Technically.
what?
What
is it?
Wasn't the RVD interview his podcast, or was they on someone else's?
I think that was RVD's podcast, wasn't
Oh,
it?
I thought he was on Jay's podcast. Everyone has one. I don't know.
Any dickhead can have one.
That's right.
I don't know, but yeah, I know that it's not their bread and butter, and that they probably don't make money off of it. So
Yeah.
that's why neither side or no one does it. But
Shaggy
like,
does the Shaggy Show consistently. But
You're
like,
right.
That's not the same of like them all together doing like skits, and he's just kind of like BSing on those.
That's fair. You are correct. He has been doing that for a while,
Yeah.
and they are popular, and it does look good.
His old ones are great though. When it was him and Keegan, they would like go do skits and shit. Like those cracked me up. But like now it's just him sitting in the studio talking.
Which is still fun.
Yeah,
I
he's
mean,
still
they're-
funny, but it's not like whether they're you said their bread and butter of like the shit they would do on Juggalo Show and things like that.
I would take them just sitting and talking.
For sure. Yeah.
Like we talk about it all the time. The COVID era.
yeah.
They were
Those
golden.
shows were all
though.
good.
Some of them were terrible. But we say it all the time, as much fun as I make of everyone, when they want to hit a home run, they do.
Mm-hmm.
There is shit in there that is awesome. Shit in there that is not.
Yeah.
But the stuff that is, if they or Twisted or Blaze or anyone could consistently do that, and I know you just said Shaggy does, so like props for him for actually doing it. But it's not a moneymaker, but it's a good
Yeah.
way to keep you relevant and going and people listening and knowing that you're there.
I mean,
and
they
that's
could
just
easily make money if they just continued like even Stranglemania style shit where they did. I mean, I guess it's probably harder now to bootleg wrestling shows and put your shit over it. Like,
Yeah.
but you could probably find old. They don't even need. They could just find old like local Michigan indie fans and just commentate because their shit's hilarious on that end.
maybe other people took that, like $5 wrestling, kind
Yeah.
of. Maybe they don't want to redo something that someone already took from them. Like, I don't know.
I can see Jay also just not wanting to like. I feel like he always wants to like do something different and new, and yeah, a lot of times it doesn't work because now you're a 50-year-old man trying to do 20-year-old ideas, but
I need a new way to fucking bleed hemorrhage money out of my company.
like run an indie wrestling show every week.
Let's fly in 20 wrestlers and pay them and not sell tickets.
He's got a show he's trying to pitch to Netflix or whatever, or Amazon.
Okay. Doing it. All right, we got two more quick voicemails here, and these are more closer to home.
Okay.
This one is from Old Man Pizza.
Oh, Pizza
Did you
Boy.
listen to this one?
Maybe. I don't know. I don't remember seeing him pop up recently.
I was dying, and I didn't talk to you about it because it popped me so hard. Someone else brought this. I can't, like... I'm not going to be able to look you in the eye when he talks about this. So, Old Man Pizza has been calling us for fucking
Yeah, he's a
multiple
early.
seasons. So he took a little time off, but he's
Yeah.
back. So this is his voicemail about the House of Crazies,
Okay.
which we talked about in season 7. HOK. Here we go.
Hey guys, it's Tom, Old Man Pizza / Just a Worm, whatever the fuck. Now that I've been silent all of season 7, I haven't had a chance to interact with you guys.
Welcome back.
I got a new job and I start crazy early in the morning, and so when I listen, I
You
feel
don't gotta
bad,
give us your
like, texting or
excuses.
That's what
calling.
I
I
was
don't want to
saying.
blow up your guys' phone
Wow.
in the morning or whatever the fuck. Anyways, through season 7, great job as always. One thing that I cannot believe Peter did not crucify Chris for was the amount of times that he called Latinum records Lantium. It's been driving me nuts all season. It's Latinum, mental backwards. Not Lantium. I don't know.
Lantium.
I don't know why I felt compelled to call and say that, other than
for that one.
The fact that I just finished listening to the wrap up and it said it like 700 times. So, anyways, can't wait to see what season 8 brings. I'm gonna guess bizarre, but we'll see. Talk to you later, guys. Bye.
Did you catch me?
Yes.
He didn't want you.
Every time. The whole season.
You never reacted when I did it.
I don't know what. Because at first I thought I was wrong. And I'm like, maybe I'm wrong. But then there's the episode where you specifically said it's mental backwards. And I'm like, I never picked up on that.
I never picked up on that. You were like saying it wrong.
Oh my God. Someone else asked me about that, and I was like, just wait. So I held off.
I'm sorry. I don't remember how I got to that.
I don't know. So that was, yeah. Thank you, Tom, for bringing that to our attention. I highly appreciate it.
Hey, thanks a lot, jerk.
Jerk ass. All right, last one. This just came in today. From Denver Chris, and it's 'Tis the Season, so I'm going to, fuck it. I'm going to go this way, and I'm going to play, here we go, Denver Chris.
I just want to say a heartfelt very Merry Christmas to the two best podcasters this side of the nut house.
Thank you.
Gentlemen.
Talking about us?
It's a treat.
The house.
It is a real treat listening to you guys week after week. I am super excited for what's coming in season 8. Somehow all the days are sunny days when I've got your guys' podcast, just always. Mm-hmm. They're fire. Hell, if I ever went to prison, the one thing I would ask for is the Juggalo Rewind. It would really save me.
So, little hints here?
But luckily I saw this a dream. Bug Island, season 8, do it. Later, boys.
So that's his official vote.
Official vote, yeah. It's in the. We've got a few Zugs.
Yes.
I think you're just people are just trying to butter you up because they already know that's the season you want. I've seen one person ask for the Purple Gang out there, which I'm like, get the hell out of here.
Well, that brings us to a very good point.
It's true.
If you, the listener, want to vote on what season 8 is going to be, you can email us, you can call us, you can comment on any of our social medias.
Right, anywhere.
We're going to take your votes, we put them in the tumbler, and we're going to pick it out.
Royal Rumble style.
And that is what we're going to do.
Season 8.
You have the power. You have a week and change to figure that out. We're going to try to do it on New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, New Year's-ish. Day 1 of the year.
Day 1-ish.
And then, so
Michigan will be 1-0 in the no, actually it'd be their last win of 2000.
Because the third, that's 31st.
Yeah. Beat Alabama twice in 1 year.
Those cheating SEC bastards.
Yeah. New Year's, hopefully, get it out there, announce it, and then, season 8 right here. Start off the new year, right around the corner.
Right around the corner. So we've had some votes on all social medias, and like you said, I think some people sent legit like what they wanted. Mm-hmm. This is the fun of it. It'd be the same if we do any kind of potpourri in the future. People can vote for what they want. Like, I really want to hear you talk about Ringmaster or Green Book. Mm-hmm. But I think some people say, I know you guys want to do Purple Gang or Zug Island. Or some people have thrown us some bullshit. Like someone said, Ex-Murder Boys. Like we've never talked about.
No. I mean, we've mentioned that one song we both like, right? Here or there.
I think so.
That's about it.
That's it. So, someone else voted for one, and I'm like, I can't imagine.
Someone voted Hatchet Warrior.
There we go.
I'm down. I'm ready.
So if you want a joke vote and you want to, trip us up, do that.
Whatever comes out of the tumbler is it. So if we get Blase Rose, we're doing it.
I'm going to leave that one alone. So, yes.
I've never listened to that album.
That'd be interesting. That would be one. No, I don't get it.
How many? It's got like 21 tracks on it.
I think it's only. I want to say like
It's
5
like an
or
EP?
8. Yeah,
Okay.
it's short.
That's not bad then.
I'd almost want the camera to watch you listening to it, and then we talk about
Maybe
it.
that would just be a bonus. I listened live the first time. A reaction video.
I think we just put it straight on Danielle's face while she listens to it. So,
Yeah.
yes. Season 8, vote. The voting is in your hands.
Get it out there.
You fucked up one vote this year. Don't fuck this one up.
Which one? Which I saw myself.
I'm just kidding.
That's fun.
That's fun. Okay,
Yeah.
so we've wasted a half hour on all of our nonsense.
Yeah.
Are you ready to deep dive into the holiday
That's right.
spirit?
Now, timestamp. If you're here for just the holiday flavor, it begins right here.
Right at this mark, as I'm looking at my text. Yes, okay. A Ryda Holiday.
Good timing as I get ready. A little holiday ale. Go on.
Have you gotten that, what's that Detroit Lions beer?
No, I've had the Michigan, like, by that brand. They do that, but I haven't had the Lions one.
Where it's got the Juggalo on the...
Yeah.
Someone else sent us a picture. What was the, what was that beer?
Oh, yeah. What was the name of that? It was like a song title. I thought,
Yeah.
like, close to...
Something from, like, old.
This one, I'm just drinking a little Great Lakes Brewing Company Christmas ale.
Yeah, tell everyone what you got.
This,
Don't,
I mean, this wasn't picked to match this. I was at the grocery store, and now I'm kind of in FOMO, wishing I did. I was going to pick up some eggnog. Because last year I wanted to do it for that, obviously. This one has an eggnog reference, and I wanted it, but I'm like, the smallest one I see is a half gallon. I'm like, no one else is going to drink it but me. I'm like, I'm not going to drink a whole half gallon of eggnog. Vomiting everywhere.
I mean, you could.
Could.
Not,
I mean,
not with that
I have
attitude.
a few days. It's holiday break here. 2 weeks of excessive eating and drinking, watching bowl games. The baked potato bowl, or not the famous Idaho potato bowl today, went to 2 overtimes. Like a twice baked potato. That's magic.
Twice baked potato.
2 overtimes. The players took the mascot and put it in the air and paraded him around the field. The coach got a fry bath. They dump a whole Gatorade thing full of French fries in the coach.
What is going on?
Gold.
How come the last DM that we have is from your wife?
Did you see what she was reacting to? It was one of my colleagues.
Yeah, no, I laughed at that. Don't worry. The beer was Wig Splitter.
Yeah, perfect one for anything.
Coffee
stout.
stout.
It is the season for the thick boys that make me fat.
It's from Three Floyds, if you want to get
I've
out
had
there.
a little Three Floyds.
All right, well,
It's Ohio one, isn't it?
I have no idea. I'm over it. All right.
Yes, here we are. Timestamp now.
A Ryda Holiday. Let's dig into the whatchamacallits.
Yes, tail of the tape.
Oh, wow, we have a lot. Oh, fuck.
Shit everywhere on this
I
one.
didn't realize that we had so much. Let's do tail of the tape first, and then we'll talk about what's around it, and then we'll dig into
That
whatever.
sounds good.
Okay, we'll go left to down to up to around.
You lead the way. I'm
right.
on the caboose.
A Ryda Holiday. This samples a famous Run DMC Christmas song.
Right.
Samples. Uses the same
The
beat.
exact same beat, yeah. Just takes the beat from Christmas in Hollis by Run DMC. Everyone knows that one.
Is there anything that they reused? Like, did Run DMC have a line? You know, sometimes they do
Yeah,
that,
I
a
didn't-
line about something, and they like.
It's funny because I feel like with their holiday songs, like Red Christmas and the previous one we did, the Twisted one, they do that a lot. When they have these Christmassy ones, they recycle lines.
Yeah.
This one feels like they just took the beat and rapped it, which
Right.
I guess is fitting for a Riders.
Yeah, I was just
track.
curious because
Yeah.
I'm not. I mean, I know the song, but I'm not that familiar with it. So
I always know Mom's cooking chicken and collard greens. Whatever the collard greens line I always remember.
yeah, they didn't say anything like
No.
that. So. And then Christmas in Hollis.
Yes.
Samples.
Clarence Carter's Backdoor Santa from the Soul Christmas album from 1968. Top 5 Christmas album. That album is fire. So if you haven't listened to that, go on. Little sexual innuendo with Backdoor Santa.
I was wondering.
He keeps all the ladies busy while the boys go out and play. He sneaks in the back door.
Oh.
Yeah, sex with all their ladies.
Well, it's better than the backdoor Ryda.
Maybe that's why they picked this one.
It's a different backdoor that he sneaks into.
But yeah, Soul Christmas, awesome. So all three of these, we got a trio of great songs here.
Okay. Time on this track is roughly 3 minutes and 34 seconds.
Yeah.
I think it depends on where you listen to it.
Which is funny because nothing changes on it. Like they just clip off a couple seconds on the end or something.
I never understand why that happens. I guess we should say, now we're going to skip around. We fucked this all up.
We always do.
This song, well, that's wrong.
That's wrong.
This song was given away as a CD single at the Big Ballas Christmas Party 2007.
That's right.
Which was on December 21st.
Yeah.
Let's just do all this and then we'll get back to that. So, Christmas Party, December 21st. It was given away at the ICP Christmas Party. It was released online on December 23rd.
That's right. That's why that date's there.
Yep. You can also find this track on Twisted's Cryptic Collection Holiday Edition, 2009, on the Psychopathic Holiday Heat, 2010.
Which is on Spotify. I didn't realize that when I was looking for this. I just kept listening on YouTube. Then I'm like, oh shit, that compilation's on Spotify. That song's on there.
And then it's also on Twisted's A Cutthroat Christmas from 2011. Only the CD version, not the vinyl.
I didn't double check. Did they cut off other songs on there? Or
yes.
Okay.
The CD has, we'll call it 13 songs.
Okay.
The vinyl has 7 or 8.
And it's probably just to fit it on there because it's not a, like, you know, usually rap vinyls are double LPs to fit them all on there. And
it's a 45. Does that make it different?
As if it's 45 speed.
No, it's like the small boy.
No, the Cutthroat Christmas is a full size.
Are you sure?
Yeah, but again, it's only one LP, and if you're doing it at the speed to, like, you know, the rap album have bigger grooves, so maybe that's why you had to cut it down because you didn't want to do a double LP to fit it all on there.
Also, I don't know if this makes a huge difference. Cutthroat Christmas was a Psychopathic release. The M&E was the vinyl release,
and that was early on, so
maybe they picked and chose what they put on there.
Well, I was gonna say maybe they just couldn't put them on there, but they have like ICP features. Maybe they just didn't want to include them on there, sort of like we don't want to.
They did one with them because I remember specifically saying it was with and it had everyone, but maybe you only had a certain amount to do. So
yeah, interesting.
Regardless, those are all that are on there.
Yeah.
Okay, so as we said, this is the Holiday 07 song that came out at the Big Ballas Christmas Party. ICP's extravaganza, as they say.
Annual, but it comes and goes sometimes, right? It disappears a little bit here and there.
I would say more often than not, it is around.
But there's been little gaps.
Have there been?
I think so. It's not like Hallowicked, where it's consistently been every...
That's a good question. I really think if you count Ballas on a Boat, which was twice, they did one during COVID. They did one in COVID when it was like locked down. Which
that was the one that was just Shaggy, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that was bad. I watched that. Well, I stayed up and
So
watched
did
it.
I remember watching it and being, oh no, this is not good.
I think I contemplated going to that. Thank God we didn't.
This is the one where they said it was going to be Sponge and it was Vinny singing over a CD.
I think I was like itching to go because I didn't go to the Carnival Carnage one there, and I'm like, I don't want to miss another cool show at the Hill Club.
Was that their first live show streaming?
I feel like it was. It was probably another, like, outside of the...
oh, man, Hallowicked. Yeah, that was seamless.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like, it was weird because they were like, between sets, they were going like, into the crowd. Like,
Jay was like sick, and like...
Can you hear my eyes rolling, or do you have to watch the video? But like in between sets, weren't they like either showing videos from like interviewing people, or they were going out to the bar and talking to people? Like it was...
I think so.
They were trying, but it was. I remember the whole thing being weird. So, but that was fucking 2020. We're talking 2007.
I was gonna say the big gaps at shows are bad enough when you're there. When you're just sitting on your couch watching it, it's even more unbearably long.
At least you can do something else.
True.
But I remember having the phone propped up like on the side table watching it, and I'm like, oh, I don't think I made it through the set. Nothing against Shaggy's set. I don't even know what he played.
Yeah,
it was probably just his normal set, but it was just weird.
Just to stay up that late and like, oh, this is all like it is, like 5 or 6 songs. Just him.
So that was this year. Now we're talking 07.
Yes.
Christmas party. They do what I will say every year, Christmas party. This was on December 21st, 2007 at Clutch Cargo's, Pontiac, Michigan.
That's a forgotten Juggalo stable for that era. I feel like it'd pop up now. It's kind of like Twisted for a while would show up there. No, it's been a while since anyone's done a Clutch show, I feel like. We went to that three-headed monster there, but that wasn't Clutch. That was
no one's done a show at Clutch Cargo's because it's been gone for 15 years.
15 years.
I was just about to say Google how long it's been gone. It has not been around.
My brain blended into the new one that's out there.
What's that? I forget what that's called. Not the Pike Room, but it's
Pike Room's one upstairs. Yeah. Anyways, Crowfoot.
Yes.
Yeah. Clutch Cargo's.
Well, that's why.
That's why. 15 years. It was a fun venue, though.
It was. Did you ever go to a Juggalo show there?
Does Cottonmouth Kings count?
Sure.
I got on stage at a Cottonmouth show there. Got kicked off by the tax man. I got on, started dancing, and ran. Just boom, booted me right off the stage.
That also sounds about right.
Bazaar opened.
That's funny.
Just straight ICP? I don't think so. No. Or like Twisted.
Did you go to the Dark Lotus show there?
No. I've only seen Lotus at Hatchet Rising and Gatherings. That's the only time I've ever seen them.
Why did Clutch Cargo's close?
Or not Hatchet Rising. Hatchet Attacks? What was the one? Yeah, Hatchet Rising.
Hatchet Rising, yeah. 2001. Popular concert venue Clutch Cargo's shutting down. November 7th. You want to guess what year?
2011.
13.
See, it was longer than I.
All right.
That's not that long ago. 10 years. I seen Blink-182, Bubba Sparks, and someone else there. And Bubba Sparks called our buddy Steve on my cell phone. We were at the merch table after his set, and we were just talking. He was the coolest guy. And I was like, "My buddy loves you." I was like, I think I was just having a CD sign. He's like, "Yeah." He said, "Let me call him." So I just dialed and handed him the phone.
That's funny.
Called him, talked to him.
That's the same night you guys called me and talked shit to me.
No, I wasn't with Steve, so.
Anyways, that's another story for another day. Another getting hot for another day. Yeah.
Yeah. Clutch Cargo's, 2007. That's what we're talking about.
Tickets, $25. I enjoy that you grabbed all this information.
$25, kind of expensive in 2007 for not mainstay show, like one that they don't do long sets, I guess you'd say.
Well, maybe they did a long set. I don't know. Doors at 8 p.m. Oh my god.
I think I seen show was at 10 too. On that.
That's fucking disrespectful.
Disrespectful.
So at this show we had the Psychopathic Rydas, or should we? No, I'm sorry. Should we have? Did you want to read through?
No, I was just looking down there if that's where the dates were.
So at this show you had the Rydas, Motown Rage, Q Strange.
I don't know about that name. I at least don't remember it.
Q Strange. I was going to ask you, is he on he's not a Tech 9 guy?
Could be.
He's just a weird. He's one of those horrorcore / indie guys that I never.
Yeah, I just assume it was some local dude.
No, he's big. I just don't know who the fuck he is. Sorry. And JCW, which we will get into here momentarily.
Yeah.
Did you want to go through the things that you pulled from?
I pulled the post. This is just a little interesting tidbit that they announced Big Ballas Christmas Party on November 9th, 2007. That was the first post on InsaneClownPosse.com. Look at that. Way ahead of schedule, announcing the Halloween, the Christmas party.
Congratulations, guys.
Let's see. And then on December 8th, they announced that JCW Wrestling with the JWO is going to be there, and a special performance by Psychopathic Rydas. And since it's the holiday season, they also have a gift for you, and it's a exclusive CD with a new song by the Psychopathic Rydas. That's where they also announced Motown Rage will be performing. So said, pull a few bucks for yourself from your Christmas shopping and get your ass down there. Yeah. So those are the posts leading up to the event. The last one there is just afterwards, where they announced the next on December 23rd that it'll be available on the website for download. But the funny note here that I know will pop you: Hatchet Gear will be taking orders and shipping, but the customer service line will be disabled.
Sounds great.
You can still email any issues to merch@hatchetgear.com. Close down shop through the holiday season.
Thanks, guys. Q Strange has a bunch of CDs. But yeah, we talked about this in the past. He's in that level of like, because it's funny, he has a CD with all these people. Mars, Jay Reno, McNasty, Intrinsic, like all that shit that's like that level. No offense to that level.
Yeah, I just never got into it.
Never got into it.
Yeah.
But he did diss Tech 9.
Oh, yeah?
So that on Return to Strangeland.
Okay.
So I think maybe that's where I thought that was.
Connection to him?
Or not, I don't know. Cares?
Well, and also, isn't that, what the hell's Tech 9's label name?
Strange?
Yeah.
Maybe
right?
that's where I was. Recently viewed. Q Strange, Eddie Vedder, 20 Dead Flower Children, The Darkness, ICP Twisted Pearl Jam. That's what my Google search is looking like. All right.
Yes.
Do we want to talk about that JCW card?
Yeah, sure.
While we're here? All right.
Might as well.
This is going to be fun. Oh, my God. We're fucking...
We're going over time.
I'm sorry.
We'll go through this real quick. We don't. It's not a JCW episode.
All right.
But timestamp right here. If you want to hear us talk about JCW, boom.
JCW card, because that was the main attraction of the show.
Yes.
You had 800 people in attendance,
That's
is what
a
I
lot.
heard. Yeah, it kind of is. We have Zach Gowen, the one-legged wonder,
Yeah.
versus Jimmy Jacobs with Scott D'Amore.
And I mentioned this before we started recording. I always assume Scott D'Amore is Hugh Morris. Like, I don't know how my brain connected that Hugh Morris was that guy.
They have a similar figure.
Scott D'Amore was a trainer, right?
Yes, he's a trainer from Windsor.
Yeah.
He's a 80s, 90s jobber, as
Yeah,
they like to
okay.
call him. But then
That
he...
still kind of syncs up with Hugh Morris.
Yes.
Was he a trainer too, Hugh Morris?
He was.
Okay, so that's he was on Tough Enough yelling at people.
Yeah.
So that's where my brain connected that those are the same
Scott D'Amore is the manager of
champions.
Team Canada
Yeah.
in TNA. And then he ran TNA for a while.
Yeah.
You have no idea.
No, I do. And then I also kind of Abyss's brother kind of blends into that trio of guys.
He does look like Joseph Park. That's for
They
sure.
all kind of meld together.
So big match there. Zach Gowen, Jimmy Jacobs. That's a main event in any indie show.
That's a classic 2000s local Michigan wrestling match right there.
Well, that doesn't get any less local. We have Briar Wellington, the Richie boy.
Richie, he's still wrestling, still out there for 3-4 decades now.
4 decades. He's younger than you are. He's been wrestling for 4 decades.
He's younger than me. No, he's not.
He's still in JCW.
Still runs Horror Slam too, right?
Versus Madman Pondo.
Also still wrestling to this day.
Versus Jason Dukes.
That's a name I don't recognize.
I looked it up. I looked him up. He was an IWA guy, so I was familiar with him there.
They did use a lot of IWA guys in this era for sure in JCW shows.
In JCW, he was known as Sexy Slim Goody.
Okay. That's
So
a fun name.
I remember that. But yeah, I remember him being from IWA Mid-South here and there.
Yeah.
Although the height and weight he's at, that doesn't, I don't remember him being that big, but so be it. His nicknames, Too Fat, Swivel Hips, and Watermelon Man.
I hope his tights were just like red with little black dots
That'd be
over for a
great.
watermelon.
Signature moves, the top rope moonsault, and the titty city.
What was that?
Try to sneak that in, not saying it.
I was
Okay.
about to go, fat guy moonsaults are great, and then I got caught off guard by the second move in his arsenal.
So that's your triple threat. I'm sorry I didn't catch who won all these matches.
Yeah.
I just have the card.
Well, we want to keep a little mystery out there.
We have Too Tough Tony, who's also still in JCW.
Yeah, still. And
Versus
also a member of the Riders. Young Dirt.
versus Disco Inferno.
What a match. 5-star. I bet that one was.
I'm sure that was spectacular. Did
How
you
much do you
see?
think they paid Disco back in 2007 to be on that show?
I mean, he had to be $500, right?
Yeah, I guess. I was thinking $1,000 maybe. That's a lot though for an indie show.
Disco Inferno in 07. He's probably out of TNA. Oh yeah, he's definitely out of TNA.
Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking he's still riding WCW name, but even then it wasn't like...
That's like 7 years later.
Saying it, even was his name even that big of a cachet? Like if it closed it a year before, it doesn't even matter.
This is the last time I go off track. Did you see all the pictures from the Christmas party this year of the JCW? The guys like in the ring?
No.
They all have JCW track jackets and suits.
That's sweet.
Kind of sweet.
I'd buy that.
But again, how much money are they fucking pumping?
Given all those... I mean, hey, they've always paid them well. That's why they're a Hall of Fame caliber act.
And then you have a double main event here. You have... Well, we'll skip ahead.
Yeah.
The JCW heavyweight title match.
Yeah.
Barbed wire match.
Man, that's awesome. Why did I not go to this?
Corporal Robinson versus Bull Payne.
Bull Payne. What a character that guy is.
Love Bull Payne. Corporal Robinson is a character in himself.
IWF legend from our era.
The Gathering of the Juggalos legend.
Yeah. Friend of ours back in the day. I'm in the band.
I wouldn't say that anymore. I wouldn't admit to being his friend.
I wouldn't admit to that. It was a different time.
And then your tag match,
Yeah.
your 6-man, if you will. You have the Tomaselli brothers, Brandon, Sal, and Vito.
Those are names always in that era for sure. Popping up.
Yes. Versus Nasawa,
Yeah. Big
Violent J, and Scott Hall.
name. Look at that trio. The JWO.
Good call. Now, why is this a big deal?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to give everyone a little wrestling lesson
A
here.
little crossover here. A little wrestling background.
So, this show was on, what do we say?
December 21st.
December 21st.
Yeah.
The last match before this that Scott Hall wrestled was for JCW. It was at the Hollowicked After Party, which was a great match. I had to just write this down. Scott Hall and Corporal Robinson in a 2-on-3 handicap match versus Briar Wellington, Conrad Kennedy III, and Joe Doring.
I might have been at this because I feel like I remember Scott Hall at... This is at a Majestic, right?
That had to be.
And I was like, this is so weird watching Scott Hall at the Majestic at 2 a.m.
Wrestling, like, what a group of guys. And
Right.
Nasawa was the referee.
Yeah, I might have been. I got to look at the notes, but that's funny.
So, Scott Hall wrestles on Halloween night. He doesn't wrestle again until here. December 2nd, in between those two, obviously, their TNA has a pay-per-view called Turning Point. There's a scheduled main event, 6-man, Kurt Angle, AJ Styles, someone else,
Yeah.
versus Samoa Joe, Hall, and Nash. Scott Hall no-shows.
Yeah.
He calls that morning and says he has food poisoning, and he's
Happens
not
to the
coming.
best of us.
They give Samoa Joe the mic on the way out and say, cut a promo on Scott Hall. He proceeds to tear Scott Hall a new asshole.
Is Nash there for all? Like,
Yes. Nash is standing in the corner, just taking it.
oh man.
And then Joe kind of turns it on him. And Nash,
I need to watch this.
Nash gets a little upset about that. They have
Yeah.
the match. They have a little confrontation afterwards in the back. The next day, Samoa Joe apologizes to the locker room. They offer everyone classic WCW move that TNA pulled off. If you don't like it, we'll let you go.
Refund, so everyone's gonna take. Oh,
No,
dude,
no,
I thought
I'm
I thought a
sorry.
refund for the pay per view.
No, if you don't like it here, you can
You could
leave.
leave the company. Yeah.
Low-key was the only one that left.
I don't think anyone was upset with that.
But, so yeah. That
Pissed
was
off Joe is always a good time.
Yeah, he was. It was fucking. It wasn't raunchy, but it was funny.
Yeah.
Dixie Carter in the crowd, and he goes, "What are you gonna do? Fire me? Whatever, that's fine."
Fire me! I'm already fired.
So this was Scott Hall's first match back since that TNA no-show.
You know what this is? Another notch and Hall of Fame career that Scott Hall would make sure he shows up to every JCW booking, no matter if he had food poisoning, no matter what happens. He makes,
You think 3 weeks later, he still had food poisoning?
just saying, he made sure he doesn't miss those JCW bookings. TNA pay-per-view, whatever. I could miss that. JCW, though?
Those 800 juggalos, priceless
Scott Hall knows.
compared to the 800 people who are at the TNA pay-per-view.
That's being generous.
So that is our wrestling lesson of the day.
Yes. So what are we here for?
A Ryda Holiday.
Yes.
I will let you go through this very quickly. if we're talking, this is the end of 2007.
Yeah.
We're just going to bookend what is going on in the Juggalo world in late 2007, early 2008.
Just to give you a little taste of where we are. So as we said, this is a Riders track. So you might wonder, were the Riders around at this time? You know, were they part of the Psychopathic crew? They were. In August of 2007 this year, they dropped Duck the Fuck Down. An album that has a classic song, Duck the Fuck Down, right? That's played in that era. Every show, as you sat there, we said, waiting between acts, the long gaps, you'd hear Duck the Fuck Down just playing the loudspeaker on repeat.
Pretty much.
That came out. August was a busy year. They dropped that, Eye of the Storm EP, and Clockwork Gray. So Psychopathic is chugging along in 2007 this summer. The Tempest comes out later that fall. Twisted plan to going to the Toxic Terror tour.
I have the Tempest coming out earlier in 2007.
Oh, so Eye of the Storm was the...
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, Eye of the Storm. Tempest was first. That was in March of 2007.
Okay.
Then Eye of the Storm was the third of that trilogy.
The extra leftovers. Okay. I thought it was the EP leading in, but yeah,
that was the one after.
I think I just had Tempest here because it's the Tempest era.
I'll accept that. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
No, I'm glad you
you
cleaned that up, though. The Twisted was embarking on the Toxic Terror EP that fall, but Monoxide got in a car accident and they had to be delayed. So that was put on hold. But Psychopathic Rydas 3 came out.
It did.
That was the one with like the weird alien cartoon cover, right?
Yeah, it had to be.
Yeah, that was 3.
Well, where Blaze was in the casket, but it was like the ship
that flew across our screen in one of our episodes. I had.
Oh man!
I cut it out and used it for that.
If we should do that season, I'll get that tattoo.
There you go. Vote on that season. We got a tattoo in the books.
So now I gotta look at that. I can't remember if that was 2 or 3, but I think you're right.
I think that's 3. And then the DVD Psychopathic, the videos came out. We were discussing this before we got on air. That I remember you showed up with this DVD and like, this is early YouTube, so like all that stuff's not just easily accessible like it is now. Like you go online now, you can find everything. 2007, like all those music videos, kind of hard to find. So they have them all in one spot. That was a fun release to get the Psychopathic music video DVD. And then they'll just give you a feel for, this was winter. The beginning of 2008, you had Opaque Brotherhood, Toxic Terror EP came out, and then the first of the Let 'Em Bleed series comes out. So those were fun. We were a big fan of those.
Yeah, I love those.
So yeah, getting a feel for what the 2007, early 2008 Juggalo World felt like.
What the Hatchet was cooking.
Yeah, it was still kind of clicking there. Like this is out of definitely my Die Hard days. I was still paying attention, still picking up like the main albums, but yeah, it was still kind of rolling along in 2007.
So I have to correct us. The cartoons were in Psychopathics from Outer Space Volume 2. 2? That CD was awesome.
Though the cover of 2 was a Hatchet Man in space, right?
Yes.
But the cover of this one was those like creepy alien like
you
cartoons.
Are correct.
Yeah.
I
just want to make sure I had the right cover.
I led you astray. Yeah, it's got like the weird tall alien heads. Number 2 has the Uzi Man, if you will, with the fucking thing. But
this is the ray gun man.
Yeah. But the booklet has everyone as cartoons.
Yeah, that's where the Blaze flying.
Holy shit. The Blaze is great. The Zug is great. The Zug, they're all Star Wars.
Is that Isham with like a phaser on the front there?
Yeah.
Yeah, what a cool era that one was.
Dark Lotus looks like they're on the floor of Harpo's. Is that Mike P as fucking Luke Skywalker?
Yeah.
Sin is, I don't know who that's supposed to be. Fucking the one guy's R2-D2. If he's Skywalker, he's Han Solo? He's Chewbacca's boy toy?
Yeah. Boy toy.
I don't know. I love that.
That was a great album too. 3, not so much.
So I don't want to spoil it, but there's another podcast that I think is either listening to this right now and is going to do an episode about it. But yeah, we were talking about it. I'm like, that CD is it's like such a, now it's off in a different era, but that Psychopathics Out from Outer Space 2 is like 2 songs from everyone on the label, and it just encapsulates like that era.
You could tell that was put together with a purpose, where 1 was kind of like just Forgotten Freshness, where you just took a bunch of shit and threw it out in there.
Bullshit.
Yeah, where 2 was definitely like put together as almost a mixtape of the crew.
Stuff that isn't really anywhere else. Like it's a good songs. Like Blaze, 2 great songs.
Yeah. He still plays one of those live, doesn't he?
Yeah, 10 Bodies.
Yeah.
The other one's sweet too.
Right.
That whole CD is good.
Isham had a couple good ones on there. That's when Isham was kind of banging on Psychopathic.
What?
Like banging music.
All right.
Yeah.
So yeah, but that's not what we're talking about.
Right.
We're talking. There's no Rydas on that CD.
There's no Riders.
That's what we're talking
That's
about
what
here.
we're here for.
Ryda Holiday. Ho ho ho.
Oh, you ho ho hoes.
All right. Now I
Yes.
can finally. Oh my god.
What's what happens when we only record one a night? We just cram too much in.
Jesus Christ. What are you talking about? All right. Are we ready for a Ryda Holiday?
Yes.
All right. So you got home from the Christmas party. You popped this CD. This CD is very rare, by the way. It's very hard to find.
That's something we didn't mention.
Makes me think that there were not 800 people in crowd. They're probably, or maybe they only made X amount of CDs.
That's true. Maybe it was the first 200, first 300, first 500. But even so, 1,000 total from 07. Some were probably left behind, dropped on the floor. You know, that's not a big number, really thinking about it.
I don't know. This is a hot commodity, though.
Right.
So that's props to you if you have this CD.
You got to buy it for your collection, for your CD collection.
I don't think so. Okay. I was looking at the sheet. I got to look at this sheet. Ryda Holiday. Intro.
Yes.
Are we going to explain who the Rydas are? Or have we already...
Oh, we can as they pop up, right?
Or just very briefly explain what the idea is.
The idea? No, we explained that back in Pendulum. I guess we just a quick footnote.
I have to do this?
I guess.
Okay. So the Rydas, the Psychopathic Rydas, are...
Psychopathic Rydas.
Are... everyone on the label has an alias, theoretically, supposedly, speculatory.
Yeah.
That,
we don't know for sure if it's them.
The Rydas are rap over well-known beats, and they may or may not be members of Psychopathic Records.
Jacking your beats, licking your women's feet. Like he says in that song.
So yes, we will mention what Ryda is talking and speculate who that
That's a good way
may
to
or
say
may
it.
not be. So the intro is Bullet,
Yes.
who may be Violent J.
Maybe. Right now, hard to tell. When he starts rapping, easy to tell.
When you see him in this era, easy to tell. You can't see it with all their bandanas. It's very
Right.
hard to tell.
His shape is very prominent, though.
Very mailbox-like. So Bullet
Yeah.
comes in. Ryda's in this motherfucker. The holidays?
Shit.
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 That means 12 days of fuck you.
That's what means a fuck you.
Ryda's faux life. Did you notice the Hatchet Man on this CD?
Oh, good call.
He's a Hatchet Man and he's holding a fucking Christmas tree.
That's good. I love when you change the Hatchet Man for different things. The Uzi Man, the Ray Gun Man, the Christmas Cane Man. Good shit.
He looks like me when I'm sneaking out of the kitchen with the little Debbie snack cake.
Gotta get it now for RFK takes it away from you.
Verse number 1. Lil Shank,
Little Shank.
who may or may not be the multiple man, Jamie Madrox.
But he's a large man, so Little Shank? I don't know.
In this era?
Yeah. You know, I was called Little C back in the old Entity days. The old Web Entertainment crew.
Are we really talking about that?
Not yet.
Okay. Not yet. Not unless someone votes for it.
That's true. You could vote for the Entity if you want.
All right.
Yeah.
Verse number 1. Yo, Santa, better bring me an Uzi and 3 clips. Uzi.
3.
Uzi is a gun, in case you didn't know. I know that not everyone's a gun person.
Definitely we're not, because we got called out many times we fucked it up in the past.
There's a couple in this song, so we'll get to those. Santa better bring me an Uzi and 3 clips, or I'ma smash his pearly whites to the front of his fucking lips.
Intense.
I'm a Ryda, bitch. Straight up on cinder blocks. Took his clothes, car, audio. Now I know the shit rocks.
Yeah.
Sorry. Is he insinuating that he's robbing Santa
Yeah.
Claus?
Stealing the sleigh itself. It's got a good stereo system in there.
He put the sleigh up on cinder blocks?
I just call it a car, but I'm imagining he's jacking the sleigh, right? He should have said sleigh instead of car there. But nonetheless, Lil Shank comes in hard, hot and heavy here with his opening couple lines.
As always. Now, this is one of the lines I think we were talking about that I don't know if this is what he's saying,
Yeah.
but I put especially with the riders. When we do this, it's hard. We use genius.com. It's not always right. It's good, but it could be worse.
If you just do the other one, that just
A to Z? Oh my God.
that one's a disaster.
We should do that for future ones. Just
I forgot we used to do that. We
it.
pull up for the bad ones.
God. So sometimes I just pull up I think this is what he means to say or what it sounds like it. So, Lil Shank be the illest Christmas killer on wax.
That's what I thought.
It sounds right, but there's another hiccup in there that it's hard to tell. But
it makes sense though. That's what he'd be saying.
Lil Shank be the illest Christmas killer on wax with the red and green bandanas and mistletoe sack.
Again, I love when they vibe it to the Christmas theme here.
It's visual instead of red and blue. Yeah, it's red and green.
Which I did take a minute here to look up green bandanas because red. Bloods, blue Crips, like green. I don't know what that would be, right?
I was going to make a really off-color joke, so I'm glad you kept going.
So, I'm on a quick search here. Someone asked, what is the green bandana? It says, some Blood and Crip sets wear green in combination with their usual colors. Some use the green if they're a hitman, if they're hired, to take people out in the crew. Here we go, I'm going to butcher something. The Vagos Motorcycle Gang also wears green bandanas. Drug dealers sometimes wear green bandanas, as do gay male prostitutes, but the practice is no longer common. Small local gangs may also choose to wear green as well. So,
what are you trying to say?
That he's a hitman for because he's also wearing the red, so he's a hitman for the Bloods. Wait, no, they said the Crips, right? No, Bloods and Crips. So. Yeah, he's a little shank. He uses a shank to take people out. He's a hired hitman. Or he's in the Vagos Motorcycle Gang.
Take your pick of any of the choices that you just gave. Why is okay. I'm a smoke another blunt for the thugs feeling this because we taking what we want. Fuck the Christmas list. So he's saying, he's going back to what Bullet said. You don't need a holiday to get presents. He just goes out there and takes what he wants when he wants.
Right.
Fuck the Christmas. He doesn't need a list.
No. They're riders. Jacking yo beats.
Verse number 2, Fofo. Could be Monoxide.
Could be.
Twisted.
Got a little bit of that gravel in his voice. Sounds kind of like him.
So you know what I wrote?
Yeah.
This first verse, every day is Christmas where the fuck I'm from. If I want it, I'm going to take it. Always using a gun. I don't know why. Right away, I think it's Lil Poot.
You said this in the past before too. Do you think those characters are just like the same?
It sounds exactly. Because if I didn't know any better, that's the first thing I thought. I was like, oh, it's that.
It doesn't help that those characters pop up on. Like Riding Dirty, they have like
you're right. There is a
sketch on there by them, so like they're kind of bleeding into that world too.
Or how many Christmas songs do they have?
They're also in the Christmas songs too, yeah.
So I literally wrote that. I thought this was a little poop. Gone off eggnog and high as fuck. I caught Santa Claus slipping, so I shot him like what?
This could be Monoxide because Monoxide is always violent in all of his songs, and Fofo's pretty violent here. Again, shout out to the eggnog reference, as they did in the past in their Christmas tunes.
Rudolph start tripping, so I shot his ass too.
Poor Rudolph.
One quick shot to the head right through.
That's brutal.
Well, at least he quickly killed the deer. Not like how I killed the deer last night.
Or my cousin, I remember they went hunting, bow hunting, and he grazed a deer, got it, and it went out, and they just followed the blood trail through the woods for hours, fell into a swamp, almost got lost. But Rudolph, man, what did he do?
Nothing.
He got picked on all day by the reindeers, and then all of a sudden, Fofo comes in and shoots his ass? That's not right.
Collateral damage. Do you think Fofo cried after he killed the deer like I did yesterday? All right. Now I'm sitting in a sleigh getting fucked up with elves, and that's a Ryda Christmas story I want to tell.
I love that visual. I'm seeing him perched back in the back of the sleigh, feet put up, just boozing, partying. There's all these little elves dancing around and hanging out with him. It's a good visual.
Then we get to we got an interlude before the chorus. We got Cell Block, Lil Shank, and the Mall Santa. Who do you think the Mall... I can't tell who's playing the Mall Santa. Probably just a dude, right?
Yeah, the voice, I couldn't connect to anyone.
Could be anyone.
Mall Santas, though, appear in a lot of psychopathic skits.
They do.
It's fun.
Who in the fuck is this motherfucker right here? Cell Block says. Mall Santa greets him. Hello, little boy. Ho, ho, ho. Lil Shank takes offense to that and says, hey, what the fuck you call my homie? Tries to shoot at Santa.
What's so offensive about calling him a little boy?
I thought maybe he meant the ho, ho, ho.
Oh.
Could be either one. And then Mall Santa
Was he wearing green do-rags?
I love Mall Santa going, oh, dear God. And then you have the chorus, who is the aforementioned Twisted of Fofo and Lil Shank, and Cell Block, who may or may not be Blaze. Riders don't celebrate the holidays, which we've already said. So all you ho-ho-hos can kiss the 12-gauge.
So you ho-ho-hos can kiss. This is a fun hook. This goes great. We didn't talk about this. So far, everyone's riding the beat pretty well. Like, you know the beats
original, yeah.
For sure with this one. And yeah, it doesn't feel off at all. Like, they're all riding it well, and this hook blends well with it, I feel like.
I'm a rob you for your shit.
I'm a rob you for I've been singing it all day to myself.
I don't care if it's Christmas. So they do that twice. Up to this point, can we just admit this is a Twisted and Blaze song? And they needed it for something else, and they just jumped everyone else on.
This was something I speculated in the past, that Riders was like their thing. But when I was looking back at some Riders stuff, I feel like it's not. I feel like it was an ICP idea at first.
That very well may be.
Yeah.
But this song seems like them.
For sure, yeah. And I guess, like, thinking back to the one we did last year, A Very Twisted Christmas, it sounds like that, similar to that. Like, again, you could just take the character names off this. This would have just been Twisted and Blaze so far. Like,
yeah.
Like, there's some Rider elements, right? Like, the gang rags are thrown in there, I guess, robbing, but they've rapped about robbing themselves.
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
Yeah, there's not as heavy a visuals, Riders, as...
I mean, they do say, like... I don't know. Like, I'm a rider, bitch. They do say that. Like,
yeah,
but you could also... They could have said anything and just threw that in there. But
like Uzi and 3 Clips, but still, it's not as...
Or, I'm sorry. Maybe I misspoke. Not that it was a Twisted and Blaze song, but this could have easily been a Cell Block, Fofo, Little Shank song, and then the rest of them jumped on it.
But I even feel like it doesn't feel as Riders as, like...
It could just be a Blaze song.
They played up heavy on, like, those... At least I'm so used to the first 2 albums I know well. Like, they played up, like, times 10, you know? They bump up the gangster rap persona by 10, where this is, like, just a normal gangster rap track, you know? Could have been a triple threat holiday single.
Could have been. All right.
Yeah.
First, number 3. Nice tight 8s out of everyone. We're not unlike us. Cell Block.
Yeah.
Cell Block, you dead homer. I make my own Christmas. Fuck Santa and the missus.
Missus taking stray bullets at the end there.
Keep me at the top of the naughty list, cause they bitches. Do Santa and the missus I guess they both keep the list.
Yeah, does she work for the factory, like the whole conglomerate that makes, you know, Christmas happen, or is it a family company, like Christmas? Santa and the wife both work in there, and the elves. Are they all family? Like, the elves related to Santa? Some people call him an elf. Like, wow. He is an elf himself. So is Mrs. Claus as well? You'd think maybe she has her own job. Like, I guess there's not a lot of work in the North Pole. You could work for, like, the government, you know, like NSA and stuff up there, maybe.
I'm waiting for you to bury yourself somewhere that I can make fun of you. Just the more you talk, the more you're going to say something.
Christmas ales are flowing. I could get loose-lipped here.
I thought they were going to make mention that they're killing the head of a big corporation.
Will people celebrate the death of Santa? Like they do the death of a CEO?
Not even there. This song is. December 24th, see him sneaking in the house. Drop a couple things up under the tree, and then he's out there.
He's out there. He's out there.
I
think he says, and then he's out of there. Like, and then he's out of there.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm out to get my own shit. So then, real quick, fuck the stupid presents. All I want is the electronics.
Real funny, like just the electronics.
This is where it gets better. Plasma TVs, PSPs, and MP3s.
MP3s and
Cell block, bitch, and I'm taking what I need.
I had to look up PSPs. I totally forgot about those.
That's the handheld PlayStation.
Yeah,
right?
forgot PlayStation made a handheld. Very 2007s.
I mean, they still make plasma. Do they still make plasma? No.
This one's a plasma TV. Very, very great quality. Nice. Better than the one hanging on the wall. It's like the plasma's looking better.
Nice.
Could upgrade that for next football season.
What about MP3s?
Just MP3s. He wants to trade hard drives with someone back. This is the era of trading hard drives of music.
Oh, yeah.
100%. Those 2000s. Just scouring message boards and like weird blog sites.
I love that you just want MP3s.
Not the player, just the MP3s.
Yeah, you want like your Zune.
That's what I wanted back then for sure. Weird compilations. That's where I found Nugs. Did you ever listen to that? Like the 60s, 70s garage rock compilation.
I think so.
This is the era where I found all that stuff, and I was like, yes, give me all that. Give me all them. Fucking, that's wrong era. Wrong holiday.
Run those MP3s.
Run those MP3s.
Okay, verse number 4. Young Dirt, who we've not spoken about at all.
And anything, no, right?
Maybe
I mean,
not.
we've made jokes and stuff in passing and referenced them.
Jokes.
But I don't think we've ever actually covered a Young Dirt. Well, definitely not a Young Dirt. More who it could be.
I believe it could be Young Boondocks.
I believe it could be Too Tough Tony.
That's also, I've never seen them both in the same place at the same time. He has a nice little verse here. I enjoy. Oh, I noted that Blaze, is he like the ghetto Santa or Robin Hood? Where he's like, feels like he's grabbing presents and maybe not because he's not giving them out.
Yeah, he's giving them for himself.
Yeah, never mind. I'm sorry.
You're just trying to make him the hero of the story.
I was. All right, Young Dirt, a.k.a. Boone Dizzle. He has some nice, not that everyone doesn't have Christmas references, but he throws in a lot of different classic references here.
Yeah.
It's the first day of Christmas. I'm not even going to label them. Like, I think you can just notice what they are. It's the first day of Christmas, and I ain't get shit. Now I'm on Craigslist and putting out hits.
There's a reference from back in the day. Craigslist, that's still around?
I think so.
Yeah.
On the put out hits on the Fat Jolly Pimp and his elf clique too, on Donner, on Blitzen, on his whole fucking crew. The fact that it's like he's putting out a hit on Santa Claus, but then he flows that into on Donner, on Blitzen.
Like the song, that's good.
He's on them, but also
right.
Like,
that's a nice
good.
Play.
It is. He's very good. Pulling drive-bys on the gingerbread house. When Frosty run out, I put the slug in his mouth. Riding off in a black truck.
Shout out to the first black truck reference on here, which is a rider staple.
Yeah. Seems like he is always doing that on when he's doing it. Chrome's no change. Mrs. Claus in my lap taking licks on my candy can.
He knocks it out of the park on the Christmas vibes. 10 for 10 on Christmas.
Yes. I enjoy it.
He knew the assignment when he came into this one.
And he threw in a little sexual innuendo.
Which I know you love.
I do.
You and old Jiggles.
Love the licking on the candy can. Nothing like Christmas sexual innuendo. Second interlude.
Yeah. Mall Santa's back. Same guy, you think?
I want to say it doesn't. No.
The voice changes?
Now let's reiterate.
Yeah.
We may need to change this. This is not a mall Santa. This is like a Salvation Army.
Oh, the
person.
bell ringer guy. Yeah. I mean, he's in a Santa suit sometimes, not always.
But he's not a mall Santa.
Yeah, it's true. He's the.
We got to change that. Fucking.
I always think of Born Twister or Mad Rock.
Yes.
Hey, no, yeah. Put someone on a thing for the kids.
So you have the donation person saying, ho, 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 accepting donations. Maybe on your way out. And Bullet walks by and says, oh, here, I got you, right here. He fucking smacks him. Says, give me the bucket.
I like, give me the bucket. The bucket. Let it go, bitch.
So I don't know why. I wrote I do this, but it's not that I fucking smack up.
He steals his bucket.
I am such a piece of shit that, like, at the Kroger or the Meijer, when there's two entrances, I go out of my way in the fucking cold and rain to not walk in that entrance because I hate not giving.
Right. But Kroger's only has one entrance. Usually you're kind of stuck to...
What are you talking about? For someone who worked at Kroger, every Kroger I know has two entrances.
The 2 or 3 I go to only have one. There's three I frequent in the city of Livonia and Westland.
Where are these?
The one on Warren Road. That's a one.
By your mom's house?
Yeah.
That only has one entrance?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because the bottle machine, you walk in, the bottles are left, carts are on the right, you walk around the door.
Interesting.
And then the one on 5 Mile, just one entrance there.
No, that's got two. You can't go in both ways?
No,
the
exit's like separate, but the exit's an exit and the entrance is an entrance.
I thought when you're looking at it, you can go in like...
I don't think so.
Man, that's a nice one.
Yeah, well, that one's. I remember back when I was working, they banked $1 million a day every day.
I mean, it's been a couple, more than a couple of years, but when they redid that one, that's a super fucking
They're
nice
redoing
one.
the Warren one. It's a little bit better because that one was kind of a dump.
I haven't been there in a while.
And then on Mondays, when I drop Ivan off at Catechism, well, religious boy, stop at the one right there on 7 Mile in Haggerty. That's a small one. It used to be like a Hillers or something. They turned into a Kroger's.
That's on like 5 or 6.
Yeah, 5 Mile in Haggerty.
Yeah, I haven't been to that one in ever.
That's the one I've been shopping at lately because I like wait for him there, so go in there and shop.
I take my mom to the shittiest Kroger in the world. 11 in Millbelt is the worst fucking Kroger ever.
Funny, you think it'd be nice out that way.
It's not. It's the worst one.
Hasn't been remodeled in like a decade.
Shout out. I don't know if they listen or we follow them, but we have a follower.
That works there?
Yes. She and her boyfriend always pop up on our Instagram, like on the stories. I don't know if you ever watch. Like, she's always like dancing.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I've seen her boyfriend drops her off.
Oh yeah.
And when I'm dropping my mom off, and I'm like, God, I know this person. And like,
you see their face all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, no idea if they're listeners, but they follow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just funny that works the Kroger. I love him. Not that I just threw that out there. I apologize.
Bury the gimmick.
Well, she doesn't care if that Kroger's shitty. Like, Kroger's been shitty for way longer than she's worked there.
To the original point, as we were making, the same thing, I awkwardly hate walking by when
it's the loudest fucking noise ever.
Just a sloppy ass drinking.
Just like her dad.
Yeah, I hate, like, I never have cash on me. If I have any change in my code or like any singles, for sure I'll throw it in, but I never have any cash on me. Yeah.
It's your excuse for being a Grinch.
I gave a buck at the 5 Mile Haggerty one. Not every time, but just the one time I actually changed it. I'm like, I actually have $1.
You know what I had to use my 3 singles for last night?
Strip club?
No, the
put in the deer's mouth like $1 million man when you left.
The do-it-yourself car wash.
Get the blood all off.
That's accurate. That's $3 fucking, those things. I thought it was like $1.25.
The old quarters?
Yeah, where you put it in and
yeah, that's what I always do. I do that one.
$3?
I just take a big handful of quarters and just keep feeding it, so I never pay attention how much I actually wind up paying.
Oh, Mr. Big Time doesn't.
No,
doesn't matter. I just put in, I don't know, $10, $52.
It's all quarters. It's from the piggy bank.
Oh, it's just all quarters. Like my old boss who used to let me keep the 5s and 1s because he said they clogged his pockets.
What a dickhead.
That's great.
No wonder why CEO.
Jesus. That I'm going to have to bleep out.
You were waiting for it. You set me up 5 minutes ago for that one. This is on you.
Jesus Christ. I can't believe that you celebrate such a thing. Okay, so then you have the hook again, fucking blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And then the visor comes in and says, I want to be on this track.
Allegedly. But if there's one guy who is a dead giveaway when you're rapping out of character, it's this guy.
So I have to say, okay, so this is verse number 5, Bullet, Violent J. I'm going to say the first 2 lines, and there's a lot going on here. My black truck on skis, you love the black truck. Yeah. My black truck on skis, I don't got a red nose, but a red dot in the middle of your forehead at pop. Mm-hmm. A lot of words going on there, but he starts his line early. Mm-hmm. He starts it during the chorus so that it flows.
To fit it in
and
there.
It's nice.
Yeah.
Like, it's a very, as much as we shit on how sometimes they fit a rhyme, how he starts those first couple syllables early makes it fit.
Yeah, to get it to work.
It's super nice. I enjoy it.
And he gets a point for a black truck.
I knew you would.
A little ding every time a black truck is referencing a rider's track.
Across the screen.
A little horn honk.
I never miss my targets. I'm like Roddy Sniper. It's a good line.
But I feel like it's kind of a stretch. Like, is Piper known for like never missing? Like,
No, but it's just rhyming.
yeah, it's fun. But then I'm like, my mind started thinking, I'm like, is Piper known as like a sharpshooter?
No, no, you're thinking too much.
Yeah.
It's just that it rhymes. Smeared Santa's blood on my windshield wiper.
you smeared Rudolph's on your windshield wiper.
God damn it. I'm a Ryda. I sell crack on Christmas Eve. Fucking hoes, counting money, loading guns, and weed.
This is just like...
That's what I was doing last night. All 4 of those.
This feels like he's like... what's the thing where it's like fill in the blank? Like, just like...
Oh, fucking ad-libs.
It's a
Ad-libs.
writer's ad-lib. Like, what... Let me find every gangster rap reference I could think of and just cram it in 2 lines here.
Which I forgot. I have that for Ivan. I totally kept
yeah?
forgetting that. Not the Riders one.
That'd be fun. We should make that a writer's ad-libs. Add it to the notes.
I got 2 double barrels for your Christmas carols.
I like that. That's a fun one, too.
Pointed out the mail slot, bitch. Don't get shot.
Because they're
No,
caroling.
I understand, but I like that he rhymes barrels and carols, but then he doesn't. What does shot get rhyme with? Nothing.
Slot.
That's a stretch.
Mail slot. Don't get shot.
Is he like Home Alone? Where's the fucking?
It is
window to
100%. Photoshop that.
All right. Verse number 6, we have Full Clip, who is potentially Shaggy to Dope.
Allegedly, yes.
I'm in an all-black sleigh.
That's close. We'll give it to you. You get a
Shining,
point.
dripping wet. Taking out Salvation Army Santas with a tech.
There's our reference there, the Salvation Army bell ringer.
A tech would be a gun for you.
A Tech 9, right?
Tech 9.
Einstein. Tech 9.
It
A lot of Tech 9 references this episode.
Too many Tech 9 references. It might be Christmas Day, but I still got to make my rounds. Now, what did you think this said? Rudolph's nose ain't red.
From Keys, he's copping them by the pound.
I believe that is correct.
Yeah.
So, a reference to his nose is red from cocaine.
Yeah, he's blowing just full pounds of cocaine. Rudolph getting like blasted on this whole track multiple times here.
Poor
Poor
guy.
Rudolph.
Christmas carols on the porch, singing happy with glee. Pop a clip in the ooze. Now I got all their money.
Yeah.
You really think the Christmas carolers are carrying money around?
07, I guess. Maybe people had cash still.
No. Okay. I don't know where we were going with that. I'm on a 12-day run on Eve 11. Hot lead turned Santa's brain into figgy pudding.
First of all, what's it even rhyming with?
Nothing.
But I love that he uses figgy pudding.
I butchered that, but I was just laughing before I even got to it.
Yeah, that's fun.
I like that it's the 12-day run. Like he's talking about the 12 days of Christmas, and this is Eve 11. But yeah, hot lead turns Santa's brain to figgy pudding.
He had that line, and he's like, I have no idea how to make this work. I'm just going to say it. I don't give a fuck.
What exactly is figgy pudding?
Isn't it like blood pudding? No?
I don't know. I feel like this came up last year. The medieval Christmas dish, usually sweet or savory cake containing honey, fruits, and nuts.
We did discuss this in the past then, because I remember you explaining it to me, and I probably thought it was blood sausage still then.
Then why isn't it just a fruit cake?
I guess that's what it is.
It looks like a cake, but it's not pudding. Like,
Yeah, why is it called pudding?
I don't know. All right. Well, that's
Does
it.
it look like a brain? If you shot someone's brain, is that what it looks like coming out?
Yummy, yummy, yummy.
Give me that
Delicious.
figgy pudding.
And then you get the chorus again.
Yeah.
It kind of cuts off a little on the second one, and then there's gunshots.
I'm gonna rob you for your shit. I'm gonna rob you for your shit.
I don't care if it's Christmas. And that is a Ryda Holiday.
Yeah. I think it's a slept-on Christmas track in the Juggalo Pantheon.
I kind of agree. This song's kind of sweet.
Yeah.
It's everything that you like. It flows well. It's got a known beat.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of good Christmas references.
Yeah. Good play on Christmas vibes and themes, things that they do well in their And the top echelon Juggalo Christmas tracks.
Where would you put this in the Christmas track Juggalo World?
There's so many that I don't know. Like all those shows Twisted put out in the past like year.
Yeah, there's fucking 18 of them.
Yeah, there's a bunch that I've never heard. So there's probably a sleeper here and there that I don't know. But right now it's right behind like everything we've already covered. Like Red Christmas, Santa's a Fat Bitch, the Twisted one we discussed. This one's right up there, right behind those. I feel like Scanty Claus is also one we covered.
Yeah.
I'd probably put this above that. That one's fun, but that's a better track.
That's fun for our like shitty purposes.
Yeah.
It's not like
good
by any means.
This might be right behind the two we've covered.
4 we've covered.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean the 2 seasons?
Yeah.
I think it's good. I highly enjoy it. If you have not listened to this, if you have not heard this, I suggest you go out and listen. Find it.
Yeah. I mean, that's why it's a hidden gem, too, because it's not, like, anywhere really out there.
I mean, it is streaming, so you should be able to find it.
True, but, like, I feel like that compilation's, like, hidden. Like, all the Juggalo shit on Spotify and Apple, I feel like is such a jumbled mess. Like, it's so poorly organized.
It's also a ride. Was that on the table or up there?
Something fell somewhere. What was it?
I don't know. I kind of saw it. Anyways.
See, that's how I lose random things off the neck shelf. It just goes flying.
Anything else here that we're talking? Obviously, I mean, there's no way they've ever performed this live, right?
No. I mean, how much longer did Rydas even do anything after this? We had that 2011 album, but like I guess they perform like every gathering, right?
But would they do this?
No, definitely not. You'd assume the gathering set would be Duck the Fuck Down and a mix of the first 2 albums, and like that's it, really, right?
Probably, I would definitely assume that. You know, so I don't know. I won't say you don't know if it's even them doing it at that point.
They're just playing the tracks, and
there, as was always speculation in those later years, that there was just fucking 6 dudes up there,
and they're just playing a mix of that. Because they were always on like 2 or 3 a.m., right? Too, it'd be like
towards the hour, like on a side stage. Yeah. That was just fucking Dustin and random people, Chop, fucking people up there just all bandanaed up.
Early on, though, it was a real like show, right? They're
if we ever talk about that in the future, yes, like their shows were fucking really good.
Yeah.
So,
like to me, I've only seen them at the first 2 gathering 2 and 3. Don't believe I've seen them anywhere else. Thinking about it.
Yeah, they never like toured. They opened some stuff, but
or like an after party here and there. But I don't remember seeing them at any after party.
Well, that's another conversation for another day.
That's true.
Psychopathic Rydas, a Ryda Holiday.
That's right.
Anything else to discuss on this track, or you want to?
No, I'm sure we went a little long.
A little bit. Oh my God! Wrap this up in a bow, but it's the holidays, and we had to catch up, and people can skip ahead if they don't want to listen to us talking about wrestling or me hitting a deer or any of the other nonsense that we could have talked about.
And it's a one-off, so you don't get a whole season here. Just get a little something in between seasons. So it always works. My old boss used to say, "I love when a plan works out." It's nice when you get a bonus episode in between the 2 seasons. So
yeah, this is extra.
Yeah.
If it was short or long, fuck you.
Yeah.
Is that even on anymore?
It is, because I can see the little broken pixel line, so I know it's still working.
Oh yeah, good call. So if you're complaining about this episode, what we're doing for extra, fuck you.
Yeah.
We're doing this out of the goodness of our hearts.
For the Juggalo family.
I brave the blizzard to come over here.
Yeah, hopefully it didn't get any worse out there.
I'll be eating pierogies and sleeping in your basement if it got worse. All right, so we're going to just fly through this because it is a bonus, but you should know all this already. If you want to follow us on all social medias, which is very important right now, if we're talking Facebook, X, Instagram, TikTok, Threads, fucking anything, any of those, you need to follow us so that, well, first, we're at Juggalo RWD on all those. But you should be following because A, we give lots of nonsense, and B, you can vote for what Season 8 will be.
That's right.
Throw it in there. Let us know what you want to say. It's also important because if you don't subscribe, you're going to have to follow us on social media to know when that season comes out.
Right. And if you want to see me Photoshop Violent J as Macaulay Culkin at Home Alone with a shotgun through the door, That's the only place you're going to see it.
If you want to see Great Khali,
Yeah.
you'll be following our stories on
Instagram
Instagram.
is the place to be to see our Great Khali. Just trying to pop each other.
So, like we said, subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts. That way, when the new season drops, there it'll be. You won't even have to look for it. Thursday mornings, boom, right there. Right there for you.
Little black truck. However a horn sounds on a truck.
And while you're there, rate and review, because that helps our algorithms and gets new listeners to us. And speaking of new listeners, share with a friend. Give this to someone. If you're in line somewhere, this is the giving season. So wrap this MP3 up like Blaze would, put it on your PSP, and give it to the next.
And then stream it to your plasma TV.
The juggalos in your life will appreciate it, as will the non-juggalos. Or just play it at your Christmas party and people think, hey, this is Christmas in Hollis, Queens. It ain't.
You know, if this was in the background at a party, though, I bet people would just nod along like, this sounds good. Rydas is good for that.
It is.
Yeah, that's a whole nother discussion.
I had a side story with that too, but it's a good gateway for someone who may not want to listen to Juggalo shit. But,
or is it like a predetermined like view of what Juggalo music is, for sure.
Although it's not, because it's them being something totally different.
Yeah, but like it proves that like, oh, they actually can do, shit that you would actually enjoy if you just hate ICP and Twisted in general.
In general.
The Dark Carnival in general.
Let's see, what else do we have? All the places you can listen. Also, there's YouTube, so you can watch us there at youtube.com/@JuggaloRWD, so you can see our beautiful faces.
Go on there for last year's special that you partook in by yourself, the little Christmas toy edition.
Yes.
That was fun.
I finally framed all of those. Did I send you that?
I seen them on the videos.
I didn't think I showed them all.
No,
but
I didn't see them in person. No.
I framed them all.
That's cool.
So I got to do something with those. Watch us on YouTube. See me with my T-Rex Christmas shirt. Very festive here. And speaking of ways to contact us, like we said on social media, you can email us at juggalorwd@gmail.com or leave us a voicemail or a text at 810-666-1570. Leave your vote for Season 8 today.
I'm going to miss all Season 7 when the phone number popped up every time it said 666. Creepy Monoxide popped up about face, because that's his lucky number.
I mean,
and HOK.
You still can if you want to.
Just leave it there forever.
Nothing wrong with that. I don't think we'll have any follow-ups for wrap-ups. Website is up and running. I should use this time to...
I know, that's what we're supposed to do is...
during the Christmas
clean
time,
up and
but
finalize
I have a to-do list that's very long.
Hey. Oh, sorry. Make us a Patreon. Pay us. Make us quit our real jobs, and then we'll make the website even better and greater than you could imagine.
You know how many people would have to do that for us to quit our jobs?
The dream's there.
That is.
I'm going to rob you for your shit, if not.
And don't forget our wrestling nonsense. Not that we didn't have enough here, but if you want to hear more wrestling...
this episode was for sure.
20x20 pod, 20x20 apparel. No one helped us with anything on this, so fuck them. And if you missed anything in our little diatribe here, go to the show notes, check the link tree in any of the social media bios, and you'll be able to see and follow wherever all of this happens. All right.
That's it.
Anything else?
On to 2025, Season 8, and beyond the Freak Show.
You know we've been doing this for over 3 years.
It's not bad.
That's crazy. Pretty consistent. With
for real.
With some hiccups. I mean, I'd say there's probably 4 or 5 weeks that we had
but
to
for
miss
real,
something.
to actually consistently do that for our seasons?
I mean, we had stuff in the middle too, but I mean, you need breaks. But yeah,
right. Our breaks come and go longer, shorter than. But once we get into it and we're doing it, we're plowing through.
Over 3 years, because it was. I mean, not to peel back the curtain.
Yeah.
Today was the anniversary of my father's death, so that was at the very end of season 1.
Yeah.
Because I think we did either the CD proper. And then we did the extras, or we did the extras and then we were about to do like the first wrap up, and that was right in the middle.
Yeah.
So that's how I remember that, because I remember that was like the first episode we missed, so I had to like jump in, and that was Christmas time of 21. So we had to do the fucking 2 or 3 months before that.
Yeah.
So 3 years and change.
Crazy.
Time flies.
I remember we made the bootleg Most Tasteless flyers for season 1. Like, that was our first idea. It was like, let's copy the old flyer and just leave those all around the first, like, Astro 2 or 3.
That was 4. See, this is where we like tie back in, because it was 4 because we were in Ann Arbor.
Yeah.
And that's when
that was the
Pittsburgh
Ann Arbor
Steve and Philly Tony picked it up. We met him.
Yeah.
He turned it into Christmas. Christmas turned it into like other. So like that.
Where's
was
Philly Tony been? That guy. I remember he had like all the flyers he was showing us.
Yeah. He. I saw him over the summer.
Did you? He used to always pop up an Instagram feed. That's what I always remember.
He comes and goes.
Yeah.
I think he's just busy with different shit.
I wound up on his eBay page. He was selling some shit. I'm like, oh, this was cool. And I'm like, wait a minute. Anyway, I know who's selling this.
Of course. Yeah, I saw him over the summer. I got. I think I traded him a figure because he wanted it mint, and I got one, and we swapped it.
It's a good thing about collecting non-mints. Don't have to worry about that.
Open that boy up. All right.
Yeah.
Are we done talking about wrestling figures?
Yeah, we can talk about that off here.
Because it is the Christmas season.
Yeah.
So unwrap those presents. You're welcome for dropping this little present on you.
On you.
The listener. Speaking of presents. Oh, no, it's in your hand.
Oh, yeah.
Your Juggalo Rewind pint glass.
That's right.
There's still a couple left. If you would like one out there, let us know. I think I still have 1 or 2 people on our list that wanted them.
And I still got a stack. Like, I have a few people there for, but there's a few that are unclaimed.
Yeah, we're running low then, so we may not have a lot. So
yeah,
but let us know if you would like one. Pay the shipping, and we'll get it to you. All right, that's it for real. We're gonna leave you. Thank you, and have a happy holiday.
That's right.
All music played in this episode and in this entire season is owned by the respective publishers and copyright holders, and is reproduced for review purposes only under fair use.
Those boys and girls, they hope you serve any